1776, straight through, and that'll be at the gazebo. July 3rd, hopefully I will have the New Jersey Guard Band here to play. Okay. August will be the March to Yorktown with Washington on horseback and his generals, and we'll do that up around Canal Road. Close that down. You'll be able to get a T-shirt, and you'll be able to march with the soldiers. September, this is the big one, okay? September 19th will be Colonial Day in Colonial Park. We will actually have troops and a battle. That's what I've been really wanting to see. I have the Harper's Brigade, and I've already set it up with. Last night it was Bob Bornlocker, the mayor, myself, and Stephen from Rec. So we picked September 19th. It's going to be colonial times. It's not going to be Franklin Day. Franklin Day is going to be the week before, but this is going to be colonial. Now, if anybody went to the Lord Sterling event a couple weeks ago, which I did, it was colonial. It was all hands-on stuff. How to make wool clothes, how to make butter, how to calligraphy, how to write. You were able to sit and talk with the troops. They actually had, I have on my phone, them shooting their muskets, okay? And one thing that they do have, they have a cannon. So that's what I'm looking for. So there's a nice hill right there, and we'll be able to have maybe a little battle scene. That's in September. October, I met with a couple who do plays. One woman, Alicia, does I remember. In May, no, I'm going to switch it. April is going to be an evening cocktail reception with Martha and George Washington at one of the homes at the Hageman Barn. And I'll have a violinist there in uniform. And that's going to be over there. So, I mean, this stuff is going to be coming out within the next month. And then in October, I picked October, is going to be a play with the two reenactors. She is a ghost. She wrote this play. She's a ghost, and she's in love with Lafayette, and that's their love story. So that's why we chose a Playhouse. Hopefully we'll be able to do it in a Playhouse. So a spotlight will be on her as a ghost, and they'll do the play. So that's basically the stuff that we have, all of next year. So
it sounds amazing. Thank you for such a thorough report. A few questions. How are we spotlighting diversity in all of this? Contributions of women. Also, will any of this be tied at any point during the year to anything that's Franklin's own, or to our own anniversary of being established?
If you're talking about the anniversary of Franklin Township, that's not 1776.
I know, but it's still, it would make, first of all, this is a national initiative, right?
This is the country.
Yes. But is this a national initiative? Are other towns in this area doing a 250? Yeah,
yes.
That's my question.
All 21 towns in Franklin Township have something going on.
How about our neighboring towns?
South Bound Brook has something small. They'll do the battle.
Everybody's doing something.
Everybody's doing something small. We're the biggest. We are so far ahead of all the other towns right now.
Oh, by the way, my name's Edna. I didn't say hi.
I'll just follow up with what she said. She was talking about whether or not, besides the soldiers and battles and generals and so forth, were there any roles of, let's say, the woman at that time that they played so you can honor them somehow?
So at Franklin, at the Colonial, women will be there and they will show what they did during the colonial times. So The play, that's for children, and for adults to come in. The key to yours is going to be Colonial Day, to show how women play.
Well, that's just one aspect of diversity. Is there any other aspect of diversity planned as part of this 12th celebration?
I'm sorry?
Like African American, did they play any role?
Yes, so that's where we're going to have the Long Island Infantry Regiment, with a black regiment, and we're going to get them over at First Baptist. And they'll have to speak about what their role was helping Washington during the Revolution.
Well, was there, if I may just ask another question, Indians, role they played?
I'm sorry?
Indians,
Right.
did they play any
Yeah,
role?
they did. They did further north help Washington, okay? But there really isn't a regiment that I can go to ask. They were tribes that helped, and really they were more towards the French and Indian War that was a little bit earlier with Canada, the fighting, where Washington lost some of his battles, okay, before he became the general.
But just to follow up on that then, can we do anything where we are recognizing the predominant nation that would have existed, in this area, as part of these celebrations? Even if they weren't part of the fighting, or
What
the...
Ed is asking is how the HRC can help. I think that's what you're.
Well, I mean, if it's determined that we could have a role in this, yes, then obviously, but no, my question is what has been planned so far where we do represent diversity, and where we do represent, so one of them is women, of course, other is African American community, but as Councilman Karzai is saying also are the indigenous groups that were part of this world, Now, I'm not saying they were part of the war, or the revolution, but part of this.
What is the role? What was the role of citizen, ordinary citizen, in this whole revolution? Think about
But
that.
I'll take it further. Even if there wasn't a role, people need to be represented. Even
So
if
you
they weren't involved in the war.
Tell me what you would do, because I'm open to any suggestion.
Well, I guess one of the, and I'm brainstorming here because I haven't had a chance to think about it since we're.
And you're more than
we're
happy
learning.
to come and speak. We have our meetings, next meeting is the 29th. It's really closed to the public, but if you would like to come in and say something, I have no problem with that.
Say, for example, again, I'm not thinking this through, I'm just brainstorming right off the cuff. Say we reenact, a battle that happened at X time and X place here in the township. What did that part of Franklin Township look like then? Were there indigenous communities living there, or was there just one indigenous community lived there? So what did we look like as a township? Was it only the Europeans?
We didn't have warehouses, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Thank God.
Basically, back then, it was all farmland. It was all farmland.
Bob, I have a question. I've been wondering for years. I just come from a friend's house.
Speak up, John.
I just come from a friend's house, and he lives on Battle Place. It's right down the street down here off of Hampton Street. Now, why is that street called Battle Place? Is what I want to know. And there should be some significance between that place called Battle Place and what you're talking about in total.
John, I have no idea why it's called Battle Place, but I'll tell you one thing.
You ever heard of, you heard of Battle Place, right?
I know Battle Place, yes.
Right.
And I know somebody who lives on Battle Place, but one of the very first, and that's why you see the fireworks? Franklin Township was the very first one to have fireworks in the country. In 1778, Washington ordered his troops on July 4th to take their cannons and their muskets down by the bridge on Easton Avenue, cross over, and fire them into the air. We were the very first ones that had fireworks. Now to talk about whatever you can think about to have women involved, because they basically stayed home.
At that time.
Again, I don't think that, I think it's, and I realize that this is a huge undertaking. So I know there's a lot of work involved, but maybe it's not about the role that any particular group or any particular gender had in the war, but again, just a snapshot of what this town was all about back then. And obviously, women may not have been in the front line, but they were part of everyday life.
They did the farming.
So maybe that's.
What I'm hearing is really, if I look at it, this is the moment that we want to show how our country became independent. And that's what you are kind of showing, that, okay, these are the things that happened which led to our independence. And that's wonderful.
Most of that with the women would be in Colonial Park at that event. And, the one I saw in Sterling is women showed how to make apple cider. Women showed how to make butter. Women showed how to take wool and make blankets out of wool. So they're going to be doing things there. So it's a little bit of everything, okay? I mean, limited, time, limited this, because the reenactors cost this, okay? And that's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing the coins, to try and raise some money, because I didn't want the township to be spending with everything that's going on. The initial budget was $50,000 to pull this off.
How much you've raised so far?
We haven't raised that much money so far. So, I mean, with the coins, we'll raise about 5. With this, we'll raise about 5,000, okay? Brad Fay is helping with stuff. So that's why I'm going to the county. That's why I'm doing this, and I'm doing smaller events.
The tribe at the time that was here, wasn't that the...
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The Indian tribe at the time, wasn't that the Lenape?
I'm sorry?
The Lenape?
Lenape were more in Union County.
Okay, so they weren't in this area. I'm just trying to figure out, what
We
tribe...
did have Indians here, okay, on the corner of Butler and South Middlebush in the 1600s. There were Indians there, but my hands are tied as far as how much I can do.
Well, I mean, we have history teachers at the schools,
I have 2 historians in the committee, and they're going to be going and doing small events in the high school. I'm talking about big events that we're doing. There's going to be smaller ones. You guys, if you want, can sponsor an art show and have it out here.
It says here, the ancestral indigenous inhabitants of the Franklin Township area in Somerset County were the Lenape Nation, and specifically the Raritan subgroup, and they spoke Algonquin. So we definitely had here, I mean, obviously...
Of course we did.
The Lenape Nation was throughout New Jersey.
So maybe we can find something on what was going on with them at the time.
I mean, I feel strongly that we cannot ignore, that somehow they have other communities.
I'm open to whatever you give me a plan.
You're suggesting that we take it on.
Sorry?
You're suggesting we take it on.
You want to take it on? Take it
There
on.
must be some history that we could find on that period, and
And to work with local
Lenape,
historians.
Yeah, what were they, what were they doing? Was there any role that they played, and then bring that forward?
Remember, Ed, that we serve on behalf of the council, so we gotta get Alex.
Well, we can propose something, that's all we can do.
Yeah, he invited you to go there, do a little bit of research and say, okay, how about having this as part of the event and see what they
I think when resources are limited and money is limited, then you have to partner and collaborate with other segments of the community. So that's why I was saying, the schools, something, we need to brainstorm.
Do you report to the council?
Do I report to council? I have a free hand.
Okay.
And I think maybe one role that this group will have is promote it, as well as try to see if they can do some fundraising or helping financially. And when the time comes, definitely be involved and volunteer. So.
Any possibility they'll do more than 1,000 to raise more money, or with coins, or we're set at the 1,000?
Set at 1,000.
And people obviously can donate more than 10 if they wish. Yeah.
Find out what Battle Place is doing in
Any
Battle.
other questions? Thank you.
Find out what we're doing Battle on Battle Place.
Make sure,
We can find out closely what we can
One
do.
thing you may want to is come to the council meeting next Tuesday. There may be a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Well, you know about it, or
Good,
no,
yeah.
maybe you don't know about it.
I don't know yet,
Okay, so
but
you're
I
not
will find
supposed to
out. Okay,
know. You will find out.
Alex,
that's wonderful.
liaison.
Wonderful. So we really are happy, Bob, because I think you're the man to do this. Honestly, we are so blessed to have you in our township with so much knowledge and willing to do these. So we really appreciate
I'm
it.
taking over for Bob Mettler.
And by the way, I'm so sorry about the loss of your mother, really. I sent you an email, I don't know if you got
I saw it. I replied, thank you.
Well, the mayor, he was very instrumental in appointing you. I know that, so.
Yeah, well, he said you can't refuse.
No. So we thank you.
I felt like he was the mafia chief.
Please call on the HRC, we're happy to help as,
You want to come up with an idea for that? That's fine with me. You can incorporate that in
wanna go to-
Colonial Park.
you might want to go to the next meeting and indicate, and then the HRC can help, We're happy to help.
When is the next meeting?
And you want to invite me back and talk to me
Anytime.
anytime.
Bob, when is the next meeting? Your planning meeting?
My next meeting is next Wednesday. You can come in and sit. It's not open to the public.
They usually meet the same time that we meet, so we gotta coordinate that, which is.
Before, during.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Brian.
Line under the.
Talk to you soon, everybody.
Thank you. NJ.
I want to talk to you about softball.
SS Journal.
Have you?
You want your coins? They'll be at the library probably in a couple of days.
Okay. All right, let's continue. Call the meeting to order. First of all, I want to introduce, we have a guest tonight, Sanjay, or Sanya. Because we are going to have an opening. Subhender, as you know, he had a house fire, but he did indicate to me that he does not want to continue after the end of the year. So we will have an opening. So Asanya is
It's on here. I'll send it to him.
looking at us today, and hopefully we can appoint her. And I want to welcome back Linda Williams, who unfortunately had an accident. We're happy to see her back. So,
What is it? Sitting over there.
okay, a police report, young man. Give your report, please.
Sure. So there's a couple of upcoming events we have this Saturday. So October 25th, right here at the front lobby for police headquarters, we're gonna have our DEA take back. That's where we actually have a decent amount of people that come in and dispose of like expired medication or medication they don't use anymore. So we take it in and then we turn it over to the DEA so they can properly dispose of it. So that's going to be front lobby at headquarters, 10 in the morning to 2 p.m. this Saturday. All right, I'll be there for that one. Also, this Saturday, October 25th, the Franklin Township Parks and Rec Department is having their trunk or treat event which is the John's Lot, the John's Plaza, the Tropical Supermarket over at 700 Hamilton Street. So, they're gonna have their, like music, games, and the trick or treat event. It's gonna be start at noon to 3 p.m. They always have a pretty good turnout for that. All right. And Saturday, November 1st, over at the First Baptist Church, Lincoln Gardens, we're gonna have the college fair over there. So it's in the basement. That's from 11 in the morning to 3 p.m. There's a whole bunch of universities that's going to be attending. And, finally, we have the food distribution, also at First Baptist Church. Well, there now. It's going to be first Wednesday of every month, so November 5th, starting at 11 in the morning.
Any questions about policemen?
The trunk or treat? It's this Saturday also.
This Saturday
The 25th. Yep. So it's going to be 12 to 3.
What do you have Friday?
Friday?
Yeah, you had, before that, the first thing you said before that. Before the trunk or treat.
Oh, the DEA take back?
The distribution.
Oh, the food distribution. That's going to be November 5th, so that's the first Wednesday of November.
Where was that?
First Baptist Church also?
Oh, that one, okay, yeah, okay, I got you.
Any questions about policemen?
It's a question about the Eastern happenings. There's too many accidents happening on Eastern Avenue. Are we getting the state involved or the county involved? Because that's a county.
County Road, that I'm not familiar with.
Either accidents or near misses.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
it's
seen
all
so many
over.
myself.
Yeah,
Distracted driving.
even in Cedar Grove.
Mornings, it's bad.
Yeah.
So, any other questions? Thanks, Marcelo.
Is there any way we can
And,
about this at a future meeting, about traffic?
Traffic?
Yeah, isn't it, wouldn't it be the traffic bureau that would be?
Yeah, maybe I should have, I'll let my supervisor know. Maybe they can contact the supervisor in the traffic bureau and they can answer some of those questions for you.
Or maybe they can visit at the next meeting, if that's possible.
Yeah,
I realize it might not be, but,
What was this about?
Traffic patterns,
Accidents?
accidents.
There's too many accidents.
It's terrible. Eastern Avenue's become a real danger zone.
There's a woman who died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably.
It's happening all over.
that was a bit excellent. Thank you, Marcelo. And, Honora, how are we doing with our brochure?
I don't know what's going on.
What's going on?
We submitted an edited copy, and we were gonna do something small for Franklin Township, right?
Yeah,
For the Franklin Day?
For Franklin Day, yeah, but then we have
Nothing happened.
We have a table in Franklin.
Oh, there was no table,
Yeah.
okay. So,
We still have the brochure to print whenever we want.
yeah, so wasn't Pete going to, the high school to see if they could? Yeah, I thought that was the last thing, yeah. I believe Pete was going to the high school to see
Either
if
way,
we
so-
could partner with them to have it printed.
Okay, so we haven't got it up yet?
No, we didn't have a table at Franklin Day, as I had forgotten, so
Okay.
the mini version of it was not done for Franklin Day.
Okay, well, Pete's in Europe, so. when he
And if he needs one of us to make that phone call, let us know, but I think he said since he's connected to the school.
Maybe you can talk to other high school about making it available. We have 2 high school students here. So. Yes, go ahead.
And I just wanted to ask what's going on with the flags and.
Yes.
I sent the presentation for everybody to read. I sent the presentation October 7th for everybody to look at, and then I resent it on,
I think you said it
no,
yesterday.
yesterday I resent it, yeah.
Okay.
Just to make sure, because,
You won't have an opportunity to look at that because Edna's been working hard on that project. She was talking to Alex also.
banners.
The banners.
Sent to everybody?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How?
Email. Yeah, I sent it to, so I sent it October 7th and then again yesterday, so everybody could review it before this meeting, yeah. And then we just need the advice of once, if there are no questions, or if there aren't any more questions, rather, then we need advice about when to send it to the council? Or are we?
So at this point, it's pretty much ready to go to council. Oh, good.
Yeah, Safi Calon has helped us to fine tune.
We're not gonna do it until after the winter, right? Or something.
Yes, because
Time you got.
first of all, it's going to take a while to send out word. It would be great if it's done as part of this 250, actually, because we can connect it to service, you know. More modern day service, of course, to the country. But the idea was that those flags should go up in the spring, because this way they'll be up from the spring till approximately November. We wouldn't want to put them up now because we would be taking them down before winter,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't go up for too long. But, the form has to go out and all that stuff. I did everything that I was advised to do in the presentation, so the presentation is finalized, but you all need to read it and give feedback about.
Please take a look at
And
that.
whenever you're ready, we can send it to the council members, and maybe we'll put on the schedule for you to come and present to the
Please take a look
council.
at that. Only,
And public will also hear it.
if you have a chance, take a look at that. Because we do not have a meeting in November because of Thanksgiving, so if you have a chance, take a look at that. Let Edna have your comments so she can coordinate with Alex and the council.
Point of information, do we need to vote on that proposal? Because we agreed to do it, to present it to the council months ago.
Nobody agreed.
Alex, don't you think it's a good idea?
I'm sorry?
No, my question was, we had agreed some time ago to forward this to the council, but do we need a formal vote saying that the HRC is recommending this?
Well, that's the HRC's recommendation, right?
Yeah.
I think that you can just have the vote after everybody reviewed.
Yes, yeah.
Because everybody has agreed that we want to do that, right? So
I'm gonna make the
you
motion.
might just,
Yeah, let's make a motion.
yeah, you can make a motion
Yeah.
to proceed with the proposal.
So, I make a motion to please
I'll
proceed
second it.
with the proposal for Franklin Township to adopt the Hometown Heroes banner project for 2026.
Have a second?
I seconded it already.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Council Liaison, what do you have for us? Anything?
Well, we had, the main thing that's happening this month was the breast cancer awareness month. So and also ageism. So we had 2 proclamations in the council to raise the awareness about the breast cancer. We had the representatives from Sister to Sister. Sister to Sister is an amazing organization which they are located on Hamilton, and they have been serving the community, especially the women and even men, were those that have had breast cancer or have breast cancer, as well as raising the awareness through financial support, through consultation, and introduction to places that they can go and get help. So we had that proclamation, and also October we had the ageism to raise the awareness of the people about the discrimination that the older people face, either from applying for a job or housing, and you name it. So we had a proclamation for that one as well. So we read those 2. There is a cancer awareness workshop which is happening this Saturday. So if you go to calendar, the township calendar, you will see it's going to be at 47 Cedar Grove Lane. There are 4 MDs. They're going to be talking about the breast cancer, and this is primarily for women to how to look. This is a workshop, so they're going to show you how you can really examine, and also they're going to tell you what's the latest development as far as the cure and so forth. So if you can, please go. It's from, I believe it's 2 to 4, if I'm not mistaken. And it is on the 26th. But it's on the Township website as well. So let me see if I can find and give you the exact date. So those are some of the things that we have.
The council also recognized Hispanic Heritage Month.
That's right. Yes, we did that too. You're absolutely right. Yes.
Okay, anybody else have,
You were there. You were the recipient of that.
have anybody else that have anything? As I said before, we do not meet in,
The public comment. We have somebody from the public station.
yes,
You comment to that?
I introduced her.
Okay. Oh, you're there. No, I mean, do we have a section for public comment in our agenda? Okay.
That's a good idea, though.
Should have it.
Do you have any question, ma'am? No? You're just listening? Okay.
Alex, she's
As I-
interested.
I have public comment.
Okay.
As I indicated, she's here, looking at us, and hopefully she'll come on board.
Okay, we still have some.
Okay, as I indicated, we do not have a meeting in November because of Thanksgiving, so our next meeting is December 17th. I assume everyone but Shubhenda would like to continue on the HRC. If not, please let me know so we can work on that. What do you have, Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny. So,
Oh, you had something?
yeah. No, I had two comments. Well, the first comment, like I said, was with Bob LaCourt when they was doing a history thing. I've always thought about what a battle place called over there, where it's in a black area, and I always wondered what role that battle place played. But then the history of George Washington and the story that goes along with it. And secondly, this is called a Human Relations Commission. Am I not correct? That's what it's called, right? Human. Don't that mean human being? Am I not correct? Don't human mean human being? Or we do something else with human?
What are you saying, John?
I think it's common knowledge.
What are you saying? I don't understand what
Ain't humans.
I don't understand what you're asking.
I find it strange that every subject we've come up with in the past year wasn't about humans, except when I had something humans about. There's all hell breaking loose in the black community in terms of needs and wants and things that need to be happening. And I don't hear it. There's thousands of things happening in the Hispanic community in terms of the migrants and needs and all kinds of things that they need and want. And this being a Human Relations Commission, I'm surprised that I don't hear a number of those situations coming out here, at least awareness of it, if it's available. And it is available because I know I've had 2 homeless people come to my house the past 2 weeks. 1 woman and 1 female. 1 female and 1 male that was homeless. I don't mean just the homeless. Thank God I got an apartment, but then there's no place available for humanistic support to come from. And I don't know what it is, who's doing it, or why the Human Relations Commission don't know anything about none of it.
Are you saying you want to hear about
Yeah,
services that are available in the community?
And Karachi One time you mentioned the disparity between health between the 4th Ward and the 1st Ward was like 90%, between 10% to 90% of the healthies between the difference of the two groups. And that was just the health. Imagine what all the other things that people need to have to live a decent life.
Like, with all respect, I don't understand.
Yes, I know you don't, but most of the people in here do.
No, you don't understand the question.
And what the question was,
Push it, Joe.
why don't we have more humanistic problems come up here that we should talk about, as opposed to, I love the calendar and the signs and the bid and the other things. But I thought this was a human relation commission, that we deal about human injustices or problems and so forth, that we as people of Franklin Township, and I thought I should relay that. That's all.
I still don't understand what you're
I
saying.
know you don't. Yes, you do. You understand me clearly.
I think, Gary, if I may just tell you what John is saying. You see that there are issues, for example, 1 in 7 community members, they go to food bank to get help from food. They are homeless people. They are people that maybe struggling to pay their rent. There are people that they don't have health insurance and so forth. Is there a way that we can invite people, speakers, to talk about those issues? Because those are related to the human type of things. I think John is alluded to those.
I
So.
understand, but
Thank you. That was well
as
done.
you know, we are an open meeting. We don't have to personally ask someone, but someone could come to our meetings because we are a public committee, and anyone can come to the meeting. So if they ever have a problem, they can come. I understand what John's saying. Okay. Any other questions?
We have
That's
done
an
this though in
important-
the past. I mean, let's just be this team. We had people came from food bank. They were talking about the services. They were talking about how they are helping people with SNAP and others. So we have invited, but I think John was saying that he likes to see more of those.
I think building on.
And if I may just add one thing, so November 5th, in the Advisory Board of Health, we have a speaker who's going to be coming and talking about the fair housing. So that meeting also will be here at 7:30. So if anybody is interested to hear how that works for about fair housing, please come to that meeting.
Now, I think, that statistic you just presented, that 1 in 7 township residents, seek assistance at the food bank, that something like that's an opportunity for us to consider becoming active, in that response to the community, which I think part of what John is saying is that it's not just about knowing and, building awareness about what's going on, but being a part of the solution too. So if indeed, does the Human Relations Commission adopt a project where we are working with the food bank, for example, to address this? Again, we would have to brainstorm about, how we would want to be involved, and certainly we would need to talk to the food
They're
bank.
always looking for volunteers. They always are short of volunteers.
Well,
So anybody from the HRC, they can go, and maybe I think your point is, Edna, is well taken. Perhaps somebody can contact with the director, Derek Smith, and say, look, we wanted to come and volunteer. Give us one day a week, I mean, one day a month that HRC members can come and do something. And then kind of get the...
And the other thing is that perhaps,
Gary, for instance, you had Bob recording here earlier. Now, it was a great guy, got a great program and so forth. But I wanted to also talk to Bob, because Bob was also in charge of the recreation department when they had 8 teams softball, men's softball teams. We were teaching all our kids softball, how to go to school and get to graduate and then come play softball. We even have a black man in the community that was one of the last black, what do you call them, the Negro players? You know, we the last one. We have black Negro player. Liberating Parkside, one of the last ones, Mr. Leroy. I brought him up here, they gave him a council, matter of fact. They gave him a proclamation at the Township one time. Now, the same team has been howling and screaming because they are putting them out of the league. They didn't change all the rules and regulations that they putting them out of the league. And they were the only team that had any black members on it. And then, you know, I mean, I know it don't mean nothing to you, but it mean a whole lot to us.
Let's not go there, John, please.
Yeah, all right, I won't.
But
I'm just saying.
I think.
And then, you know, those little things like that,
John,
you know?
I agree with the need to have some kind of activism, and volunteering would be one step. But I think we also need to know, why is it that 1 in 7? What are the needs of those that are 1 in 7? What are those needs?
Hopefully, as I've been saying, we need an update of our mission and goals. Once we have that, it explains everything that we're supposed to be doing.
But it's no guarantee that someone's going to come and speak to us.
We have to go, we need
Okay.
to go.
They be welcome. I heard him come over and speak.
Does anybody else have anything? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn, and we'll see you on, one other thing I want to say. Even though I concentrate that this is not a political committee, November 4th is Election Day, and you should all cast, if you haven't done it yet, you should cast your vote. It's important with the township.
Before we leave, do we have to take a vote also on, you know, whether or not we're going to take part of the 250 planning, the 250th anniversary planning? Do we need to take a vote on whether or not we're going to explore ways that we could be involved in that? Or do you guys just want me to do some research and then?
That's why I had Bob here. What I like you to do, and maybe Samita, is go to their next meeting and find out how the HRC can help, and then you can bring up a motion next month.
You mean December, right? Because we don't have enough
December.
meeting.
Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Thank you. Thank you all.